Hello and welcome to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the NECA Ultimate The Miner from My Bloody Valentine. As we get the miner out of the packaging, NECA has done a phenomenal job here with this particular character. Some very clever reuse as well as new parts makes the miner feel like a brand new figure. The miner is going to come with his pickaxe, a knife, a drill, and a box of chocolate with a bleeding heart. As we take a closer look at the miner, NECA has done a great job with this figure utilizing older parts as well as new parts. In combination with the two, this figure does look quite amazing. As we take a look at the head sculpt, NECA has done a great job with the miner's head. His mask is done very well, and I like the fact that on his goggles they'd used a glossy black paint. The silvers on his mask are also painted very cleanly, and I love the inclusion of the blood splatter. And the breathing apparatus on his mask is sculpted very well, and you can see it does have a breathing tube going down to the filter. The straps are nicely sculpted and do a really good job going around his head. And his miner's helmet has some surprising detail with the flashlight on the top painted very well. We even get this small little wire that goes from the light all the way down to the battery pack. The jumpsuit is going to be reused from one of NECA's and Michael Myers figures, however it works perfectly here for the miner. The sculpted details for the buttons in the front look very good, and I really like the inclusion of the pockets in the front. His collar is also sculpted very nicely, and as we have a look at the back of the figure, you can see all those really nice folds and wrinkles. From his shoulder down to his elbow is going to be reused from Michael Myers, and it still looks good. The detailing on his coveralls is still going to be present, as those folds and wrinkles are done very nicely. The lower part of his arm is going to be brand new parts, as it does have a miner's glove on it. His miner gloves look very good, as the detailing on them is fantastic, including this really nice dry brushing going throughout his glove. Around his waist he is going to be wearing two separate brown belts, and they do have really nice detail from a silver buckle in the front, and you can see the holes on every side. On the left side of his belt you can see he does have the filtration unit, and on the right side he has the battery pack. From his hips going down to his knees is going to be reused from Michael Myers figures, but it still looks good here as the coveralls do a really good job representing what we saw in the movie. Below the knee we have some brand new parts, as you can see his miner boots are sculpted very nicely. The boots are going to be nicely sculpted, and you can see his coveralls are tucked in nicely to the boots. And we get this really great paint job on his boots, as you can see the really dirty dry brushing does a really good job bringing out all those details. Despite the obvious reuse, the miner still looks quite good, and it does reflect what we saw in the movie almost perfectly. I really do like the dark blue coveralls as well as the brand new parts such as those really nice miner gloves. With the paint and details out of the way, let's compare the miner to our usual suspects. As he is part of the NECA Ultimate line, the miner is going to be in the 7-inch scale, meaning he is going to be taller than domestic figures as well as 1/12 scaled action figures. The miner is going to have a ball joint in the head. Arms hinge out to the side and do a full 360. He will have a swivel and double bend at the elbow. Hinge and swivel at his wrist. A ball joint in the upper torso hindered by this rubber overlay. His legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. He has a hinge and swivel at his knee. Finally, he has a hinge in his ankle and forward-facing pin. Although not as iconic as Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, or Jason Voorhees, the miner here actually does look very good. NECA has a track record of having some fantastic details on their figures, and the miner here is no exception. Despite the fact this figure has a lot of reuse, it does look like a brand new figure, especially with the brand new parts included. I really do like the paint job that NECA gave this figure, as it looks like a very dirty coal miner, and that's what we saw in the movie. I do like some of the more subtle details, like the glossiness in his goggles and the blood splatter going throughout his mask. And including small things like the wire and the tube on his mask is really cool. However, they do feel a little bit fragile, so do be careful when moving around his head. The mask does feel like a separate part, but knowing my luck, if I try peeling it off, I'm just gonna ruin the figure. If his mask does come off, let me know down in the comments, because I'm really curious to see if there's a face underneath. Overall, the miner is going to be a great addition to your collection if you're a fan of horror movies. One of the more obscure villains of horror, I think the miner here does deserve some respect and a spot in your collection. So with that being said, thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den. But before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my NECA collection. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.